Coach Russell, pretty good weekend here in Geneva, right?
Yes.
I think we got a really good U20 team, but you are the team leader for U23, correct?
Correct. I go with the U23 guys. We'll be going to Serbia in October, and we got a lot to talk about before we know what our team is. So there's different trials procedures for our U23. So
6 weights are still undecided, correct?
7
7 weights are still undecided. What are the 7 weights, if you can go through what ones?
that are undecided.
Undecided.
So 57 kilos. Well, let's just do the decide.
Who's going? Who's
Yeah.
going?
86 kilos, 97 kilos, and 125 kilos. Those 3 weights. The winner of this tournament is the first ask to go to the World Championship. So I'm hoping those 3 guys say yes.
Okay. So the first rights of refusal and the other 7 weights are Final X guys, right?
Final X guys, yes. So it's pretty crazy how many young guys came through and did good. So if you're age eligible and you're top 4 on the senior ladder, you get first ask. And we have some weights where there's multiple guys to ask. So it's kind of interesting to see how it goes. But the guy who wins Final X will be the first person to ask. And then if they're second at Final X, that's the second ask. And then if they're third guy on the national team, that's the next ask. And finally, it's their fourth guy. Not national team, but if they're fourth in the senior trials, some of those guys will get an ask as well. So we won't know our team probably until late June, but it's going to be a great team. So excited to take those guys to Serbia in October.
Juzakis said, he won 61 kilos, but the actual first right to refusal is potentially Jack Forrest. Is what he said. Jax is the first guy, and then Vito's aged out of U23 is what he said. So Vito cannot go and compete in Bulgaria. Sorry, Serbia. Bulgaria is U20. I keep mixing them up.
Crazy it is, and then if Jax doesn't want to go, then Marcus Blaze is an ask as well because he's the 4th guy at 61 kilos. And it's crazy it is. He's also my ask at 65 kilos. So Marcus Blaze has a potential couple options to go on the U23 of his team as well if he'd like. So.
But he made the U20 team.
I know, but he made the U20 team, so it's crazy. And same with like PJ Duke. It's there's other guys. There's so many good young guys. It's crazy that how many guys there have the opportunity to go be on the U23 team. So I think potentially there's 13 different asks I could do for guys on the U23 team this year.
That's a good problem.
It's a great problem for me, yes.
Talking to Jaden. Jaden's the U17 and the U20, the developmental freestyle coach for USA Wrestling, correct?
Correct, yep. So he'll lead those 2 teams.
Yes, so Jaden will be taking a team to Bulgaria.
And then Greece, the U17s will be in Athens, Greece, and the U20s are scheduled to be in Bulgaria. I think the city's yet to be determined, but it'll be in Bulgaria.
Right now we have 5 to 7 guys who can take the baton from Burroughs for USA Wrestling. D. Lockett's the one I'm thinking of, won the Pan Ams in the senior level.
Yeah, it was
He's
fun
really,
to see him win
really
the
good.
Pan Ams. We had 2 young guys at the Pan Ams. They both wrestled great Cubans and came through with victories, and so it was fun to see him. And Rademacher, who made the U20 team again, those 2 guys were at our senior Pan Ams this year and both won gold. So the future's pretty bright and a lot of, it's good job security for a guy like me, so it's a good problem to have.
D got spiked on his forehead by the Cuban. The guy got DQ'd, right?
It'd have been fun to see him finish that match out because you could see the momentum shifting to him, and he was in a good spot, and it was pretty cool. And it's kind of interesting. It was the guy who wrestled there. His dad had just wrestled in the Paris Olympics. In fact, his dad and Bill Zadek wrestled in the World Championships back in 2006.
How wild is that?
And earlier in the year, when we went to U23 Pan Ams, that kid was at U23 Pan Ams up at 86 kilos, and Chris Bono got a picture with him because Chris Bono had wrestled his dad as well. So
no way.
That's
wild.
Pretty crazy.
It's a little full circle, yeah?
Yeah, no, it was fun. And he's tough, and so D-Lock at that win was huge.
But, you got Blaze, you got PJ Duke, you mentioned all of them. They're guys, those guys can all carry the torch, carry the baton for USA Wrestling from a guy like Jordan, right? How good of an awesome problem is it to have the depth that we have right now and the uber high-level talent, and we're crowded at the top, right? And then we don't even know what 2028 is going to be. It's 6 weights right now, right, for freestyle. Yeah. So it's an interesting problem. How do you manage all of it, and how do you go through all these progressions of who to ask, who don't ask?
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see where we're at. It's, always after the year after the Olympics, there's a lot of change, a lot of turnover. So it's a little scary normally, but with this young group, it's super exciting. So it's not, as a coach, I'm not nervous that we got guys retiring. I'm excited about the future, what we have to go. And as far as the U23 team goes, the guys in Final X have till June 23rd to say yes or no. So after that date, I'll kind of know where we're at with the team. And if the first guy says no, then I'll move down to the next guy on the list. And then So some of these other guys who won this tournament this weekend, won the U23 Nationals, they'll have a shot of being on the world team still. And if they don't go to the world team, we're still these guys that won this tournament. They'll be able to invite it to a senior world team camp that we have this summer in August. And we'll also try and take these guys over to Poland for a big tournament over in Poland, so they get that opportunity to travel overseas if they're not on the world team.
Perfect. They're going to get an opportunity to wrestle international competitions overseas one way or another.
Yes.
Winner, if they won and they don't get picked, right, or the first right refusal person takes it over them, they're still going to get an overseas tournament.
Yeah, our national champs here will still give them that opportunity and try and get them some experience overseas this summer. And the Poland tournaments in the past has been a great tournament for them. The travel's not crazy, and it's a tough tournament, but not overwhelming. So I'm hoping a bunch of these guys will say yes and want to go to that event.
How warped are you right now from this weekend? This is a wild tournament. It's 2 massive tournaments. How just right now are you ready to not talk to me anymore and go to a hotel room and sleep?
No, I think I've just been smiling all week because it's fun to watch these guys compete. There's a lot of guys out here this weekend. You could see they really wanted to win, and to see that fight on the mat was a joy to watch. But I'm ready to get home.
U23s, is there any doubt you're not bringing home a team championship? I mean, you're
There's
loaded.
always
You're loaded.
Yeah,
man.
there's a lot of good teams in the country. We did win it in 23. We were the world championship team. It was our first time and only time we've won it. And so it'd be nice to do it again. So I'm excited.
Having you be the leader, hoist the trophy, I'd feel good about that.
Yeah.
The nice guy, right? The nice guy.
Real good.
All right, you got anything else for me?
No, I appreciate all you do, and thanks for putting up with me.
All right.